Power Rangers next show is officially changed the franchise forever. And try my best not to talk loud, but just want to talk to you all about this article and why this franchise is in need for a bigger change, if you're asking me. So let's get to it. When Power Rangers hasn't been on TV since Cosmic Fury wrapped up, the franchise's long-running share of continuity in 2023. The wait has been tough, but the patience of the fans is finally paying off. In the next few years, the Rangers will return in a Disney Plus reboot developed with Hasbro and 20th Century Television marketing the brand's biggest relaunch in decades. This won't be the first time Disney is involved with Power Rangers. The company previously oversaw some of the franchise's most acclaimed seasons, including Down on Thunder SPD, and however, even those early 2000s gems can't compare to how drastically different things will be this time. Disney isn't just helping bring Power Rangers back, it's redefining it. The upcoming Disney Plus series won't be part of the existing Power Rangers timeline. It's a complete ground-up reboot. Even more surprising, it's being created without a core element that shaped every season since 1993. Japan's Super Sentai, the source of the franchise's suit, Zords, monsters, and action footage. The new era is exciting, but also stepping into uncharted territory. Now, the part where they was talking about the most acclaimed seasons of the Disney era, like Down on Thunder and SPD, but the one thing you forgot to mention was Ninja Storm. That season was the biggest game changer as far as story and fight scenes and whatnot. Just to correct you on that part. The longer-awaited revival of Power Rangers is officially moving forward, and Hasbro Entertainment has confirmed that it's developing a brand new live-action series for Disney Plus. This is the first major TV project for the franchise since Cosmic Fury ended the show's 30-year interconnected timeline. And the new installment won't just continue where things left off. Instead, it's a complete reboot designed to relaunch Power Rangers for a modern streaming era. This Power Rangers reboot show will likely stand on its own, free from the continuity that stretched from Mighty Morphin to Cosmic Fury. The new series is starting fresh with a different take on the mythology and a new Ranger lineup. Disney's involvement is particularly notable because it's previously owned the franchise during the early mid-2000s, a period that delivered several fan-favorite shows. The House of Mouse clearly sees long-term potential in reviving the brand for streaming on Disney Plus, especially with nostalgia-driven franchises performing well on the platform. What truly sets this Power Rangers reboot apart, though, is the scale of ambition. Instead of being another entry added to 3 decades of continuity, this new series is being positioning as a fundamental text, a starting point for a fully reimagined universe. The goal isn't only to appeal to legacy fans, but to offer newcomers an ideal entry point. The Disney Plus reboot marks the first time in Power Rangers history that the franchise won't adapt footage, suits, or action scenes from Super Sentai since '93. Power Rangers has relied on its Japanese counterpart for the bulk of its visual identity. From the Mighty Morphin era through Cosmic Fury, Sentai has been a key Power Rangers ingredient. Recent seasons like Cosmic Fury had already started relying less on imported footage, but walking away from Super Sentai completely is a monumental shift. Additionally, Super Sentai is ending its 50-year run. This means that Power Rangers was bound to reinvent itself after 2025. This separation follows years of discussion about whether Power Rangers could survive without Super Sentai. Historically, the cost saving benefits from reusing action scenes made the model appealing for television. However, in a streaming first landscape with higher budgets and more flexible production models, Power Rangers can finally break free from Super Sentai with a Disney level budget to reduce the risk. And what I really love about this part, where it says that it can finally break free from Super Sentai as far as like using footage or whatever, meaning that it can be original with original creative ideas and get the momentum going. Be creative and make a lot of good moments, iconic moments for any new action TV show. And I feel like Power Rangers at some point can finally do all of that. Creatively, Digin Sentai unlocks enormous potential without pre-exiting suits or Zords to adapt. The Disney Plus series can design original Ranger aesthetics, craft brand new monster rosters, and create action sequences developed specifically for the tone and style the reboot wants to achieve. This is uncharted territory for live action Power Rangers, which has always balanced its own storytelling with the film material it inherited from Japan. And I hope and pray they do a good job on this, because this could be the make or break for this franchise, and I just hope they don't disappoint the fans. The shift also means the new show can approach world buildings more cohesively. One long-standing challenge for adapting Super Sentai is that each season's visuals, from Ranger suits to Zords, were often tied to to themes chosen by Toei, not Hasbro or past Power Ranger seasons. Without Sentai's influence, the creative team for the Power Rangers Disney Plus reboot can embrace long-form narrative planning, visual consistency, and serialized storytelling without worrying about mismatching between Japanese and American footage. And I think that's the one thing that the Power Rangers has been missing for quite some time throughout the years, is being able to be more original as far as like storytelling. And I think the ones that are pretty much upset about this don't really want this to happen. They basically just want Sentai to continue using Japanese stock footage, meaning that you're not going to be able to like edit out some Japanese writing or stuff like that. Like how Dino Charge was able to do it back in season 1. While some fans may be anxious about losing the familiar DNA of Power Rangers, the move represents one of the franchise's boldest creative opportunities. The Disney Plus reboot isn't just the next chapter, but it's a chance to prove that Power Rangers can stand entirely on its own, much like how Super Sentai has been doing for the last 50 years. But I think nowadays, Koichi Sakamoto started using his action scenes from Power Rangers in his own shows, like Kamen Rider and Sentai, Metal Hero series. The fight scenes that he brought into Power Rangers was also brought into Sentai. And if Disney was smart enough, and I made this video a while back, that Koichi Sakamoto needs to return to Power Rangers for the Disney Plus reboot series. And I think the fans can also see some good action sequences. I'm really interrupted because of this website keeps kicking me out for some odd reason. But what I was talking about was Koichi Sakamoto, who was famous for his fight scenes in Power Rangers and Super Sentai, like Tokusatsu in general. But he also played in regular movies and TV shows when he was playing characters and stuff. And you kind of notice the fight scenes shifted from Jeff Pruitt in early seasons of Power Rangers to Koichi's fight scenes throughout the history. And I really do think that he's going to do a fantastic job casting new actors if they are athletes, instead of just casting actors with good acting skills. But what we need is to cast people with martial arts backgrounds. I've already made a video about that a while back, so I think this is pretty much important for the Power Rangers reboot, because you cannot forget the most important things about this show is martial arts. With the Power Rangers no longer tied to Super Sentai or the decades-long continuity that ended with Cosmic Fury, the Disney Plus reboot is free to reinvent the franchise from the ground up. This marks the first time since '93 that the series has been given a clean slate. No decades of lore to uphold, no legacy characters to reintroduce, and no obligation to follow past season structures. With this idea of them not rebooting Mighty Morphin, I just hope and pray they don't mess this up, and I want them to take elements and inspiration from Mighty Morphin, the same color-coded team, including the Green Ranger, but make it more original, and I hope this works. I really do. For longtime Power Ranger fans, this signals the beginning of a post-Sentai era that will reshape everything from storytelling to design, philosophy. A new timeline means shows can redefine what it means to be a ranger, how morphing works, or even how teams are formed. Disney and Hasbro can craft mythology that supports long-term arcs rather than building around a single-year toy cycle. The Disney Plus platform also opens doors for a more cinematic approach, higher budget serialized narratives, and modern production design could align Power Rangers more closely with today's major streaming franchises. Fans can expect more cohesive world building, deeper character arcs, and action scenes created specifically for the series' tone rather than reusing Japanese stock footage to create action sequences. And I think, Power Rangers now has a chance to catch up with other franchises that are way bigger than Power Rangers, in my opinion. So, like I said, whatever works, I hope they don't mess this up. I'm just saying. This reboot also represents a major cultural shift for Power Rangers as a global brand. Without the constraints of adapting foreign material, the creative team can tailor the show for international audiences while building a visual identity that finally belongs solely to Power Rangers. Independence will be crucial as Hasbro looks to strengthen the franchise across toys, games, and future spin-offs. More than anything, the next Power Rangers show has the chance to redefine the franchise for a new generation, one that might experience the Rangers without even knowing the Sentai connection. The Disney Plus era is the start of something entirely new, and its success could determine what Power Rangers become for the next 30 years. And I really hope they do it right, And I might do a video on this after this one, because I gotta get to bed to get ready for work in the morning. But yeah, this is interesting. And I really hope they can just somehow make it work, I don't want them to just create a new original team, because without a theme, it's not going to work. The Power Rangers is what really made Mighty Morphin famous in the first place. I want them to just take inspirations from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the same color scheme, Green Ranger, but give them a theme. I don't want them to just have just powers, I wanted them to represent a theme, whether it's animals, dinosaurs, or whatever. But honestly, I really do think dinosaurs might be the way to go. Maybe this could be inspired by Mighty Morphin, but I really think it's going to end up being just like that. But, yeah. What's your thoughts on this? Link to the article will be down below.